In this video, we're going to talk about multiplication and division using logarithms, and we're going to be using the log table to solve problems. So first of all, in the screen, we're given 76.7 times 308.2 divided by 8.024. So to solve this problem with logarithm, I would prefer to tabulate the values. So let's say this part of the table will be for numbers, and then this part will be for logs. So separate my table into two. So firstly, I'll be starting with numbers that are on the numerator of the fraction. So I'll start off with 76.7. So I have 76.7. Now to convert 76.7 to its log equivalent, the first step for me is to change 76.7 to its standard form. A standard form of a number is simply expressing the number as a number of, say, a times 10 to the power of n. This number of a has to be between 1 to 10. So our task here is to express 76.7 as a and then multiply it by a power of n. So to do that, we simply say our number that we're looking at is 76.7. Now we know that 76.7 does not fall into this category of 1 to 10. So our task is to make it fall into 1 to 10. So the trick is to move this point. Now if we move this point to the right, we'll get a bigger number. So that does not solve our problem. But if we move this point to the left, we get 7.67. Now if you notice, 7.67 is within the range of 1 to 10. Every time we point to the left side of a number, the powers of 10 increases. Anytime we point to the right side of your number, the powers of 10 decreases. And 10 already have a default power of 0. So in this case, expressing this 76.7 as standard form, we'll say 7.67 times 10 to the power of. Remember, I said the default power of 10 is 0. But since we've moved the point one step to the left, we'll now say this is 1. So now this 1 is important to us because it is what's called the characteristic of a log. So write this 1 here, point. So now that we've gotten the characteristic of our log, the next step is to go to our logarithm table and find the log of this number. So let me show you how the logarithm table looks like so that you will familiarize yourself with it. So the logarithm table typically looks like this. There's a set of numbers that you can pick from. Now if you're coming to the logarithm table to find a number, these are the numbers that you can pick from: the 10, the 11s, the 12, the 13s, the 14s. And then that number range goes from 10 to 99. So you can pick a number from 10 to 99. To know this is very, very important when you're coming to the logarithm table. If you go up again, you notice there are also numbers here: 0, 1, 2, 3. So you can pick a number 10, and then there are multiple choices after you pick number 10. So once you pick, let's say you pick a number 4 here, there are still other choices after here. So once you pick a number after here, you add it to these ones that you picked here. But let's do it so that you see it. So back to where we're solving the question. Remember I said you can pick a number between 10 to 99. So in this case, the number that fall between 10 to 99, 76. So that's the first two numbers. And then the next number is 7. So we're going to the table with 76 and 7. So if you go to the table, and then we look for 76 on the table, scroll down a little bit. Let's zoom out. This is 76. Remember the number is 76.7. So under 76, we go under 7. So under 7, and then we trace it 76. So this is the number we're looking at. So the number we're looking at is 8848. We go back to the table. On the table, we will now write 8848. So let me clean up more space here. So the next number to look at is 308.2. Like we did before, we have to convert 308.2 to standard form. Now to do that, we have 308.2. Remember, we have to express this number in a way that it falls within the range of 1 to 10. That means moving the point. So moving this point, so this side is 1 movement, this one is 2 movement. So in this case, we have 3.082 times the movement of the point happened twice, and the movement happened to the left. So we have 10 to the power of 2. That means the characteristic of the supposed log here is 2 points. So we go to the table. I remember in the table, we can only pick numbers that are between 10 to 99. So I'll be looking at numbers that are between 10 to 99 here. So we have to pick the first two numbers, which is 30. And the next two numbers is 8 and 2. Remember that. So go under 30 in the table. So in the table, this is 30. And then remember 30, the next number was 8 and 2. So under 30, we're looking for 8 under 30. So this is 8. And then under 30, we have 4, 8, 8, 6. And then we also had another number, which was 2. Move over to the next portion of the logarithm table, which is this portion. So we go under 2, under 30. And then we have 3. So we have to add 3 to 4886. So in this case, we have 4886 plus 3. So 6 plus 3 here is 9. So this is 884. So we can write this here and say 4889. So we are done with the numerator numbers. Now, this multiplication, once it comes to this part, is translated to positive. So we have to add up these two numbers. And then the same thing happens for the division sign. Once it comes to this log part, it becomes negative. So let's take care of the addition. So if we add up these two numbers, you get 4.3737. We go to the denominator and deal with it next. So the denominator is 8.04. Let's clear up space. So like I said, we have to express this in standard form so that we can determine the characteristic of our log. 8.04. So 8 already falls within the range of 1 to 10. To express this in standard form, we simply say 8.04 times 10. Remember, I said the default power of 10 is 0. So this is 0. We used to write 0 because the points did not move to any direction. So the characteristic of this log is simply 0 points. So we go to our table again. Now remember, in our table, I said your number has to fall within the range of 10 to 99 for it to go to your table. So in this case, if you look at this number, say 8, the first number 8 does not fall within the range of 10 to 99. So we are taking the first two numbers, which is 80, and then the next number we have in our hands is 4. So we're going to the table to check 80 under 4. So on the table, this is 80, and then under 4, this is 4. So we check 80 under 4. So 80 under 4 is 9053. There's not another number to check. So we pick this number, 9053. So this is 9053. And then from here, we know that the numerator is divided by the denominator. So in the log side, this is negative. So we subtract this number from this number. When we do that, we get 7 minus 3 is 4. 3 minus 5, that cannot happen. So we move 1 here. We have 13 minus 5. 13 minus 5 is 8. So remember, this is now 6 minus 0, which is 6. 3 minus 9 cannot happen. So we move 1 over to this side, which is 13. Minus 9 is 4. I remember this is now 3. So we have 3.4684. So let's clean up space. So now that we've translated everything here to log and solved for the answer, we have to translate this back to a normal number. So to translate it back to a normal number, we have to take the antilog of our answer. So let's find the antilog of 3.4684. Now this antilog of 3.4684 is simply equal to 10 to the power of this characteristic here is 3. So this is 3, and then we take the other part after the decimal point and say 10 to the power of 0.4684. This is the part that we use for the antilog. So this is equal to 10 to the power of 3 times, we go to our antilog table. So let me show you the antilog table. So this is the antilog table. So it starts from 0.00 on up to 0.99. So the logic of selection is still the same thing as the log table. After we get our 0 points, we have to pick from these ones here, and then after we pick from these ones here, we add up if there's also another number next. So in our case, our number is 0.4684. We pick the first two numbers, 0.46, and the next number is 8 and 4. So 0.46 on our table. So 0.46 on our table is here. And then remember, the next number is 8 and 4. So this is the column for 8 here. So this is the number that we're picking. And they also have another number, which is 4. So we have 2938. And the next column that I'm picking from the difference column is column 4. So on column 4, we have 3. So we have 2938 and then plus 3. 8 plus 3 is 11. So 1. So carry 1 plus 3 here. We have 4, 9, 2. So in this case, we use it as 2 points. We put the point after the first number because we want it to look like a standard form number. So it will be 2.941. So we are putting point here because of the fact that we want to pick a number that is between the range of 1 to 10. So this is 2.941 times 10 to the power 3. So if you multiply this times 10 to the power 3, you get equal to 2941. So let's quickly take another example. So for example 2, you can pause the video and try to solve it yourself. So like we did before, we draw out a table. So say here's for the normal numbers. And then here will be for the logarithms. Separate our table into 2. So I'll pick my first number, which is 29.3. Now remember, 29.3, we express it in standard form, becomes 2.93 times 10 to the power of 1. So that means the characteristic of this log is 1 point. Remember, we go to the table with numbers between 10 to 99. I'll be picking the first two numbers here, 29, and then under 3. Going to my table, I have, so this is row 29 on the table. Under 3, we should be getting here. So under 3, we have 4669. So we have 4669. Remember, for logs, multiplication translates to addition. So I'll be adding this to the next number. So my next number is 142. So I have 142. Now if I convert this to standard form, I'll have 1.42 times 10 to the power of 2. This means that my characteristic here is 2 and then points. So I'll be going to my table, my log table with 14, and I'll be picking under 2. So my log table under 14, and I'm picking under 2. So I have 1, 5, 2, 3. So back to where I'm calculating, I have 1, 5, 2, 3. So the next step is simply to add up these two terms. So 9 plus 3 is 12. So I have 2 here, carry 1. 6 plus 2 is 8 plus the 1 that I carried. So I have 9 here. 6 plus 5 is 11. 1, carry 1. So 4 plus 1 is 5 plus the 1, 6. And then point. So 1 plus 2 is 3. From here, I have to take the antilog of this number. The antilog of 3.6192 is equal to, now I'll say 10 to the power of the characteristic, which is 10 to the power of 3, times 10 to the power of 0.6192. Now for antilog table, I have to go to the antilog table like I did before. I'll be picking the first two numbers here, 6, 1. And I'll be picking under 9 and a difference of 2. So to my antilog table, I'm using 6192. Under 61, I have to look for 9 because I have 619. The 61 is 9. So I have 4159. And then I'm looking under 2. So I have 4159 plus 2. So I have 4159 plus 2. So if I say 9 plus 2 is 11, so 1, carry 1. 5 plus 1 is 6, and then this is 1, this is 4. So remember, I have to express this number in a way that it fits in the standard form format. So I will say this is equal to 10 to the power of 3 times 4.161. So this is equal to 10 to the power of 3 times this is 4161. So if you convert this to antilog, the number you're looking at is equal to 4161. So that means this number, 29.3 times 142, is equal to 4161. That's how to solve multiplication and division using logarithms. So if you like the video, leave a thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching again.